I got shoulders.
Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at several cases of police misconduct, including an incident where officers forcibly arrested a man experiencing a mental health crisis, dragged him into jail, and left him face down in a cell, leading to a very unfortunate outcome. On January 1st, 2021, the Phoenix Police Department responded to a call reporting that Mr. Akeem Terrell was exhibiting paranoid behavior and was incoherent. Upon arrival, Phoenix police officers informed Mr. Terrell that he would not be arrested if he agreed to leave the apartment. However, he declined to do so and was subsequently arrested. Upon arrival at the Maricopa County Jail intake facility, Mr. Terrell resisted exiting the police vehicle, appearing to be in the midst of a mental health crisis, disoriented and confused about his surroundings and identity. The incident is captured on the body-worn cameras of the responding officers.
Well, let us get you out, bro.
For what?
We're booking you in the jail.
For what? For Tayel, dude?
I have no idea.
I ain't trespassing. DeAndre Beckham.
Oh my God.
Y'all was just there. Y'all just trying to kill me.
Then if that's the case, you'll get released.
Hey,
Y'all
hear me?
We gotta get you out,
Hey,
bro.
they better give me. Hey.
Okay, well, you gotta talk to him out there. Let's go.
I'm not going nowhere.
You gotta get out of the car.
Hey, if I leave out this car, I'm dead.
That's not true.
Hey, where I'm going? Is I going to the mental hospital?
Maybe.
For what? What I do?
I'm just kidding. You're not
What I
going
do?
to the hospital, man.
What I do?
Give me a feet.
Hey, I ain't do nothing wrong,
Okay,
nigga.
all right. You know what?
I ain't do nothing wrong.
Walk in there. Walk in there. Keep some dignity.
Man, you
Get out
sound
of trouble.
crazy. You had the gloves on. What is that, dude? Bro, I ain't did nothing wrong, did I?
Okay, all right.
So why are you trying to kill me?
I'm not trying to kill you, man.
Yes, you is. You put me. Hey, you trying to take me to Macomb County Jail for Tayel Harris?
But this is
Tayel Harris.
Maricopa County Jail.
This better be Maricopa County
It is.
Jail.
There's detention officers right there, bro.
This fake. Can I hear me? This fake.
Okay.
This fake. This fake.
Okay.
Hey, this fake, y'all.
Yank them this way?
Bring him out that side of the side.
Y'all taking me somewhere?
I guess this
It
side.
better be in Canal County. Tucson.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm supposed to be at Macomb County Jail. I better be at Macomb County Jail. What I do? Tayel Harris? Phoenix police? Phoenix police? What I do? Yeah, go ahead, kill me.
At this point, it is evident that Mr. Terrell, clearly exhibiting signs of mental distress, is refusing to exit the vehicle. He expresses fear, stating that if he gets out of the vehicle, the officers will kill him. Despite this serious accusation, the officers appear to dismiss his concerns, which suggests an awareness of Mr. Terrell's mental state. However, instead of following the standard protocol of transporting an individual in such a condition to a medical facility for evaluation and treatment, the officers proceed to handle Mr. Terrell as though he is a criminal. This situation escalates as two officers approach the vehicle, forcibly remove Mr. Terrell, and then drag him toward the jail, further exacerbating the situation. Under Arizona law, specifically ARS Section 36-520, a peace officer is authorized to take an individual into custody and transport them to a mental health facility for evaluation if the officer has reasonable cause to believe that the person, as a result of a mental disorder, is a danger to self or others, or is gravely disabled. The statute emphasizes the importance of offering medical evaluation and appropriate care, rather than treating the individual as a criminal. Furthermore, the Americans with Disability Act, ADA, prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities, including mental health conditions, in all areas of public life, including law enforcement. Title II of the ADA requires law enforcement agencies to make reasonable accommodations for individuals with disabilities, which includes responding appropriately to individuals showing signs of mental distress. Improper handling, such as unnecessary use of force or failing to provide access to medical care, could be considered a violation of the ADA.
Come on. Kill me.
Nobody's killing you, bro.
I better be at Macomb County Jail. I better be at Macomb County Jail.
Lift him. Here, I'll get a leg.
I'm not there.
Get that leg.
I'm not there.
Let's go.
I'm not there. I'm at a fake facility in Tucson. Yeah. Tayel Harris. That's Phoenix police. You hear me? Phoenix police right here. I better be at McCollum County Jail. Hey, this all fake. This all fake. I ain't did nothing wrong. Hey, I ain't do nothing wrong, y'all. I ain't do nothing wrong. I better be at McCollum County Jail. This fake. What I do wrong?
Put this in his property.
What I do wrong? Huh? This fake. They not with the police. They not with them. Hey,
That's off, bro.
it's not them. It's not Macomb County Jail. Hey, they all involved. They all involved with Phoenix police. Tucson is all that. I ain't do nothing wrong, did I, y'all? Huh? What I do wrong? What I do wrong? What I do wrong?
Might as well. You want to put it back on?
Huh? I ain't do nothing wrong.
I don't think they're not going to allow us to have the rip
Huh?
anyways.
What I do wrong? What I do wrong? Man, y'all niggas try to kill me. Y'all try to kill me. I ain't do nothing wrong.
You said what?
Tayel Harris.
Okay.
Hey, you better pull up. Hey, I ain't do nothing wrong.
Okay. Try to put your
Hey.
pants on.
They're trying
Phoenix
to.
police involved with them.
We don't want you to.
Hey.
Okay, they're not Phoenix police.
Hey, y'all is.
You're right.
Y'all is. Y'all with Tayel Harris.
I don't know who
DeAndre Beckham. You hear me?
They're trying to get your pants
Hey,
on, bro.
DeAndre Beckham. Hey,
I don't know.
I'm not here.
Are they dipping out?
Hey, hey, they better pop up. I'm not at the
lift them
Macomb
or
County Jail.
We're gonna have to lift them.
Hey, this fake ass facility, this fake facility, DeAndre Beckham better pop up in the morning, y'all. You hear me? DeAndre Beckham better pop up. Where I'm at?
Maricopa County Jail.
Maricopa?
Yep.
This ain't motherfucker.
Look at their patches.
Huh?
Their patches.
What it say?
Maricopa County,
It
right?
say Wayne. It say
Sheriff's Detention Office.
y'all niggas Phoenix. Hey, they with them. They with them. They with them. They with them, y'all. I ain't did nothing wrong. Hey, that's my shoe, right? What I do wrong? Huh? What I do wrong? They with. What do I do wrong, y'all? Huh? Phoenix police is involved with DeAndre Beckham. I'm at Phoenix. I better be at Macomb County Jail or Pinell County with DeAndre Beckham. DeAndre Beckham. Hey, Pinell County or DeAndre Beckham or Macomb County Jail. Release your dancer. Release your dancer. Better pop up. Release your dancer. Better pop up.
At this point, both officers from the Phoenix Police Department and deputies from the jail have conducted a search of Mr. Terrell. Without any prior warning, they begin to push and forcibly pull him further into the building toward his temporary cell. The video footage shows Mr. Terrell's arms being held in an exceedingly uncomfortable and distressing position.
Bring it up. I got it. You're good.
Phoenix police involved. Macomb County Jail. Pinell County. DeAndre Beckham.
With blatant disregard for the well-being and safety of Mr. Terrell, who was not actively resisting, the officer's decision to grab his ankles and sweep his feet out from under him is egregious. This action causes Mr. Terrell to fall to the floor, with his face and neck making contact with the wall. Following this unnecessary use of force, the officers proceeded to change Mr. Terrell's handcuffs from those issued by the Phoenix Police Department to those issued by the jail. Arizona law under ARS Section 13-3881 allows law enforcement officers to use force only when it is necessary and appropriate to effect an arrest or maintain custody. The statute states, "No unnecessary or unreasonable force shall be used in making an arrest, and the person arrested shall not be subjected to any greater restraint than necessary for his detention." The officer's actions, particularly sweeping Mr. Terrell's feet out from under him when he was not actively resisting, may constitute excessive and unnecessary force in violation of this statute.
You better pop up. I ain't did nothing wrong. Call Phoenix police involved with them. You hear me? Y'all hear me? I was on Facebook earlier with DeAndre Beckham.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
With DeAndre Beckham. I ain't did nothing wrong. Why my hand tight? What I do? I ain't do nothing wrong. I ain't do nothing wrong. They trying to kill me, y'all.
Put some on first before you take them off?
Huh?
You want to put some on before you take them off?
They're trying to kill me. I ain't did nothing wrong. So, hey, if I die, y'all dead. Release your dancer and DeAndre Beckham. They all involved. They all involved. It's on Facebook. DeAndre Beckham gonna pop up. And his brother Brian. All involved. I ain't did nothing wrong.
Where's the cup key on this one? Oh, it's
What
on
I
this one.
do?
You good? Yeah, put it on the
What
other
I do? Why my hands so tight? Hey, what I do? What I do? Yeah. Release the dancer. DeAndre Beckham. Yeah. They all want it. They all want it.
Here, bend this one over that one, and then fold it up. Here. Bend it over this one. There you go. 10-4, deal with the combative at the jail. We'll go for it.
At this point, Mr. Terrell, who had repeatedly cried out that the officers were killing him, has gone silent for nearly a minute. This is deeply alarming to observe, yet the officers appear indifferent to the fact that Mr. Terrell, now lying flat on his stomach with his face pressed uncomfortably against the wall, likely restricting blood flow, is no longer speaking or making any sounds.
Yeah, okay, so wash your hands. Got a little bit of blood on his fingers. Go ahead, I got it for you, boss. Okay, go ahead, I got it. Get up. Call for a call.
Toward the end of the footage, we see all the officers exit the cell, leaving a prone and unresponsive Mr. Terrell handcuffed on the jail cell floor. Several times, officers glanced into the cell through a window, but none entered to check on him for more than 5 minutes. When they finally did, a medical team was immediately alerted and rescue crews were called. Unfortunately, Mr. Terrell was pronounced dead at the hospital. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office listed the cause of death as undetermined. However, the autopsy revealed that Mr. Terrell had no drugs in his system, and the primary cause of death was identified as prone physical restraint with torso compression. The Phoenix Police Department is currently under a broad investigation by the Department of Justice, which was initiated in August 2021. The DOJ is examining various aspects of the department, including the use of deadly force and the manner in which Phoenix investigates its own officers. On October 28, 2018, Officer Robert DeMarco of the Vallejo Police Department was on patrol when he approached Mr. Luis Trujillo Lopez and his friend, Mr. Kenny Santiago, who was seated in his van, parked outside Trujillo Lopez's apartment. Officer DeMarco informed them that the vehicles parked on the street, including Mr. Santiago's van, would be towed. In response, both Mr. Trujillo Lopez and Mr. Santiago began unloading the van, as Mr. Santiago, who was homeless, lived in the van. While they were in the process of removing Mr. Santiago's belongings, another officer began lifting the van for towing. The two men asked Officer DeMarco for a few more minutes to retrieve the essential items from the van. Their request, however, was met with laughter from the officers before the officers turned aggressive. The entire incident was captured on Officer DeMarco's body camera footage.
Hey man, get out of the van. You said he's got some
At this point, Officer DeMarco, despite not being physically provoked, shoves Mr. Trujillo Lopez and then brandishes his metal baton, advancing toward him in a menacing manner with clear intent to cause harm. He proceeds to strike Mr. Trujillo Lopez on the shoulders and arm before finally ordering him to put his hands behind his back. This is an egregious act that demonstrates the officer's manipulative behavior, as it is nearly impossible for Mr. Trujillo Lopez to comply with this order while in such severe physical pain. This tactic could allow Officer DeMarco to inflict further harm under the pretense that Mr. Trujillo Lopez is refusing to follow commands, a blatant abuse of power, and a strong case of excessive force. Under California Penal Code Section 149, it is illegal for a public officer to assault or beat any person without lawful necessity. It states, every public officer who, under color of authority, without lawful necessity, assaults or beats any person is punishable by a fine not exceeding $10,000 or by imprisonment in a county jail not exceeding 1 year or pursuant to Subdivision H of Section 1170 or by both that fine and imprisonment. Officer DeMarco's use of a metal baton to strike Mr. Trujillo Lopez, especially when there was no physical provocation, constitutes a violation of this statute. Furthermore, California Penal Code Section 242 defines battery as the willful and unlawful use of force or violence upon another person. By shoving and striking Mr. Trujillo Lopez without justification, Officer DeMarco's actions could be considered battery under California law.
On your stomach! That's foul! You just hit the real fucking reason! You hell foul! How the hell you just want to hit? What the fuck? On your stomach! You can't move feet on this! What the fuck? That's not! Nigga, I can't even... What the hell, dude? What? I didn't touch you. Came up to me. You're hella foul. We just see you in it for no reason, bro. You hella wrong. That is foul.
Dude, can you get the ambulance out here or something, dude?
I'm calling right now.
I am not.
At this point, bystanders begin to protest against the police brutality unfolding before them as Mr. Trujillo Lopez lies on the ground, crying out in pain and clutching his injured arm. When Mr. Trujillo Lopez asks for medical attention and pleads with Officer DeMarco to call an ambulance, he is met with stony silence. Rather than providing the necessary assistance, Officer DeMarco forcefully turns Mr. Trujillo Lopez over and twists his injured arm behind his back to handcuff him, causing his agonized screams to grow louder and more intense. California Penal Code Section 2655 prohibits law enforcement officers from denying necessary medical care to individuals in their custody. By ignoring Mr. Trujillo Lopez's request for medical attention and instead causing further harm, Officer DeMarco is in violation of this law.
What the? You just hit the... What the hell?
Hey,
Yes, I need an ambulance to 1457 North Camino Alto because he just his hands on me and he doing it wrong.
Not only is Mr. Trujillo Lopez left on the ground, face down, with his injured arms handcuffed behind him, but Officer DeMarco also proceeds to arrest Mr. Santiago, despite the fact that he appeared calm and had not engaged in any confrontation, beyond speaking out against Officer DeMarco's treatment of his friend, Mr. Trujillo Lopez. This is yet another clear example of an abuse of power, driven by a "because I can" mentality.
I have both intentions.
I didn't even do nothing. You said I could get my stuff out the van, and I stopped, didn't I?
And he came up to me
And I tried to stop him. Why am I getting
you
arrested?
came up to me.
I came up to move him. You seen that? You know, I didn't touch you at all. I wasn't being mean or nothing. What the hell?
For no reason, man.
I didn't do nothing. I can't go to jail for not doing nothing, man.
Fuck boy, what's up?
What the hell?
Yeah, you don't need a statement from me.
Because
obviously I've seen everything.
Yeah, actually I do. What, man? There are consequences to our actions.
What, man? I wasn't doing nothing but trying to keep it back.
At this point, Officer DeMarco begins to lecture Mr. Santiago on the supposed consequences of his actions. Yet, despite being repeatedly asked, he fails to specify what actions Mr. Santiago is being held accountable for. This lack of clarity and justification underscores the unwarranted nature of the consequences Mr. Santiago is facing. Under California Penal Code Section 236, false imprisonment occurs when a person is unlawfully restrained, confined, or detained without legal justification. Arresting Mr. Santiago without clearly articulating the specific actions or legal basis for the arrest could be seen as an unreasonable and unlawful detention, potentially constituting false imprisonment under this statute. Law enforcement officers are required to have a clear and reasonable justification for any arrest, and failure to provide such justification may result in a violation of Mr. Santiago's rights.
Not me.
Sit down on the curb.
You got anything else on you?
Can you listen to this, please? My fingers are numb. I wasn't even Kenny Santiago. I wasn't even fucking being mean, bro.
Hey, man.
I didn't do that. I tried
S-A-N.
T-I-A-G-O.
Lopez is clear with a valid DL+C trial.
I was mad,
What you did?
dude. And I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't do nothing.
Last is Santiago, Sam, Adam, Nora, Tom, Ida, Adam, George. Ocean, first with Kenny, 8983.
Excuse me. Can you please loosen this cuff a little bit? My fingers are numb.
They're loose, man. Don't move your hands.
I can't feel how hard I got to use my arm. You guys are fucking making this shit worse for me, man. I didn't do shit, man. I didn't do nothing. This is you, man.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you get a statement from him?
Yeah.
That's good.
Trujillo Lopez was arrested and taken to a hospital for x-rays. Although hospital staff recommended that he be prescribed pain medication, Officer DeMarco allegedly refused to allow it, and Trujillo Lopez was not given the prescribed medication once he was transferred to jail. In 2020, Trujillo Lopez filed a lawsuit claiming that the beating left him with a fractured jaw, cuts, bruises, a concussion, and significant mental and emotional distress. Court records indicate that Trujillo Lopez was charged with resisting arrest and disturbing the peace. In 2022, he pleaded no contest to the disturbing the peace charge, and the resisting arrest charge was dismissed. On August 29, 2020, Sergeant Chad Walker and other officers from the Columbia Police Department were enforcing an alcohol curfew in the local area when an incident occurred. Upon entering a bar, Sergeant Walker issued commands in a confrontational manner, which provoked one of the customers. The customer perceived that the commands were directed more offensively toward people of color than toward Caucasian patrons. The incident was recorded on Sergeant Walker's body camera, as well as on mobile phone footage captured by customers.
Wait, can you send it? My phone's dead.
Zone 1, South Region.
407 bar compliance check 620 hard. We're getting everybody. Yeah, but you got alcohol. Put it down. Put it down. Governor's rule, you can't have any more alcohol after 11. Sir, if you drink that, you will go to jail. Go out, leave, let's go, now. Your hand was on it, sir. And you're a little colorblind, sir.
It's evident that Sergeant Walker is on a power trip as he mocks the black customer for speaking out against the way his tone escalates specifically when addressing the man. This behavior is deeply troubling as it demonstrates a clear racial bias. Under South Carolina law, Section 16-5-60 makes it unlawful for any person to conspire to deprive another of their civil rights based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. Sergeant Walker's mocking and racially biased behavior could be interpreted as an attempt to intimidate and deprive the black customer of his civil rights, potentially violating this statute.
Right, stop calling me ignorant. Let's go. Cutting it close, guys. 11 o'clock sharp, they've got to be out of here. No alcohol open.
Y'all have a good night.
Hey, Tim, we'll be back.
I'm sorry, what was that? What did you say? Please say it to my face. I believe your exact terminology was pigs.
Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
That was you. Because you were mad we made you leave without drinking your beer.
Was that on film or anything? Did you get that on your body camera?
Actually, yeah, I did.
All right, cool.
Try again. What's your problem? Speak freely. You got my attention now because that's what you wanted, so speak freely.
My issue is you talking to these people of color as if they are less than human.
The people of color. The gentleman right there that called me.
At this point, let's switch over to the mobile captured footage, as that paints a better picture of Sergeant Walker's actions.
I said coyote, not so.
Speak freely. You got my attention now because that's what you wanted, so speak freely.
My issue is you talking to these people of color as if they are less than human.
The people of color. The gentleman right there that called me
Are you
that guy that just called me
Is that your Can you stop saying that word?
I never called you that.
Actually, you did. It's on body cam, so try again. Try again.
Serious?
Yes, sir, you did.
No, actually,
Yes, sir, you did.
At this point, the officer's behavior is not only highly unprofessional, but also deeply derogatory, as he repeatedly uses the N-word under the pretense of quoting what he hears. To make matters worse, he's now arguing with the man about whether or not the word was even said in the first place. It is widely understood that while members of the black community may sometimes use this word amongst themselves, this does not grant permission for anyone outside the community to use it. The officer is fully aware of this and appears to be deliberately using the word to provoke the customers, potentially as a pretext to abuse his power and make unlawful arrests. This tactic is not only reprehensible, but also deeply troubling. Such behavior is far below the standards expected of law enforcement officers, particularly those with 14 years of experience in the force. South Carolina Code Section 16-17-560 prohibits the use of opprobrious, obscene, or profane language in a manner that tends to provoke a breach of the peace. The officer's repeated use of the N-word in this context could be interpreted as violating this statute, as it is likely to incite anger and disrupt the peace.
Yes, you did. It's on camera. On camera. Right there. You just did it again.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Dude, there's literally like 17.
You got mad because I told you you couldn't drink your drink, so you called me that word.
What word?
Okay.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah, actually I do. Say it.
Why?
Bro,
Because all you're doing is calling me ignorant.
Sir.
That's what that word means. If you'd like to call yourself ignorant, keep saying it.
He's walking
Actually,
away.
if you look in the dictionary, it does that.
Dictionary.
Sir, no.
Yeah, you know the book.
Furthermore, the officer has now shifted to arguing with the customers about the meaning of the word, claiming that the dictionary defines it as ignorant. This is both wildly misleading and egregious, as instead of refraining from using the derogatory term, the officer is attempting to justify and defend its use. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution guarantees equal protection under the law. The 14th Amendment states, "No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." The officer's racially charged language and behavior may constitute a violation of the Equal Protection Clause, as it suggests discriminatory intent and unequal treatment based on race.
That thing.
Oh, you mean the dictionary that has been established by people who established the laws?
Right, established by people of the law.
Oh, you mean that? So the word will change meaning over time by anyone.
Right, when I was called that, I can say it back saying the guy that just called, oh, I can't? He can say it to me, but I can't say it to him.
Whites.
Right.
You're whites.
Who cares what color I am? He called me a word. It's not a racial. I said he called me that word. Nobody was called that.
Use it. You can't use it.
I can't use it. I can't do it.
Grow up. Grow up. You're a cop, alright? Lead by example. Lead by example.
I am leading by example. Somebody calls me a certain word.
Why say like that? Get your boy out of here. Immature.
Tim,
Walk away. Nothing.
Really?
There's nothing against the law at this point. I think everyone should walk away. There's nothing that's breaking the law at this point.
At this point, the officer is escalating the situation through his arguments, making matters significantly worse, so much so that a junior officer steps in, summoning the courage to intervene. The junior officer positions himself between the customers and Sergeant Walker, effectively leading the sergeant away from the confrontation. While it's somewhat reassuring to see one officer take a stand when witnessing wrongdoing, it's also troubling that only 1 out of 4 officers chose to do so.
It's gone. Get in your car and go, dude. You're gonna do your job.
You know I got your back. Look at me. I got your back.
Before you get arrested,
Stop.
please. Come
Please
on.
stop.
Are we done?
I got
It's
your
just gonna
back.
come back on us.
You have the best intentions in your mind. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. You got it. Everything's okay. I think everybody's out of the bar, and I think nothing at this point is illegal, and I think everybody can just pick. Coming from the tiny little girl over here. Everybody's good.
Are you
Bring it
done?
up. Everybody's done. I think everybody's done, sir. I think everybody's done, sir.
Just to make sure, you want
We're
to my
all
attention.
done. Everybody's done here, sir.
Because I was repeating what he said to me, the gentleman that
No,
called me the N-word.
sir, everything's done. Everything's
You want to
done,
call me the
sir.
N-word, but he said it.
Sir, everything's
camera.
done. Everything is done, sir.
So it's not like anything
Sir.
that you said to me.
Sir, everything's done now. Everything's done.
So I don't understand
I don't
how if I
understand why
repeat what
you're
he
still
called me,
yelling.
how that's wrong.
He's still yelling. He's still yelling.
Never called anybody a derogatory word. I was actually called the derogatory word.
You said it out loud.
You are right. I did. I'm not going to deny that.
Sir,
I repeated what you told me. The guy called me the N-word.
I don't want to make a point.
So I'm sorry.
Her there.
Hey, shut up.
Sir, my God, like,
I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there and be called derogatory names.
That's Lieutenant Walker, CPD.
Yes.
That's
I got squad car number 26154 617.
Sergeant Walker, a 14-year veteran with CPD, has been suspended without pay pending the outcome of a disciplinary command review board process, which is standard protocol. CPD and Chief Holbrook said that they sincerely apologize for the inappropriate, disrespectful words, behavior, and actions of Sergeant Walker. On July 13, 2017, an incident unfolded when a child welfare officer visited the home of Miss Vanessa Peoples following a minor incident a month earlier where one of her children had wandered off and was found by a passerby who contacted the Aurora Police Department. The caseworker initially arrived alone, but after receiving no response to her knocking, since Miss Peoples was in the basement bathing her children and didn't hear it, she called the Aurora Police Department for backup. When the police arrived, they entered the house with guns drawn until they located the family. The situation seemed to be calming down when Miss Peoples' mother, Miss Russell, arrived and attempted to enter the bedroom to care for the children. However, the caseworker objected, insisting that she could not allow it, despite having no legal authority to enforce such a restriction. Miss Russell proceeded into the bathroom anyway. From the living room, Miss Peoples protested, asserting that it was her house and that neither the officers nor the caseworker had a warrant or legal cause to issue such commands. When Miss Peoples attempted to join her mother and the caseworker in the bedroom, one of the officers grabbed her by the throat. The incident was recorded on the body camera of one of the responding officers.
To anger you more. I hear that you're always on them, but I also want to let you know that when we came here, I understand that you were cleaning and I understand you have a lot going on.
No, you don't.
Okay, I don't understand. I hear what you're saying.
Watch out. Hey, behind you.
Stay back, stay back,
No,
stay back.
no,
Stay back.
no,
Stay
no,
back.
because that's my mom.
Stay
no,
back.
I don't have to stay
Yeah,
back.
you do.
Stay back.
Stay back. Get down.
Get your goddamn head off my motherfucking throat! Get your head off
Get down.
At this point, it is crucial to recognize that there was no justification for the officer's aggressive behavior towards a mother of two small children who was simply trying to check on her mother in her own home. Several serious issues arise from this situation. Firstly, the officers blatantly violated Miss Peoples' constitutionally protected Fourth Amendment right, which states, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." This amendment is designed to protect citizens from unlawful searches and seizures, since the officers did not have a warrant and did not obtain verbal consent before entering the household. Their entry into Miss Peoples' home was both unlawful and illegal. Furthermore, according to Colorado Revised Statutes, Section 16-3-3011, law enforcement officers are permitted to enter a residence without a warrant only under exigent circumstances, such as immediate danger to life, serious injury, or a risk of evidence being destroyed. In this case, the officers had no such justification, as they had already determined that no one was in immediate danger and that the homeowner was present. Their continued presence and subsequent actions within the home were therefore unwarranted and in violation of the law.
You are! No, we're not. Oh, yes, you are!
Quiet.
Get off of me! Get out!
Quiet.
Get another car here!
I got her.
No! No! You're not! No! Oh, get off of me! I got that one down.
Hey, listen. Grace, if you don't stop.
I'm not doing nothing!
There you are.
No, I'm not! No! Let me go! Let me go! You're breaking balls! No one's breaking.
It is important to recognize that Miss Peoples has shown no signs of aggression, only confusion and understandable frustration in response to law enforcement officers who have illegally entered her home and are now barking orders at her. Despite this, she is being treated as though she assaulted an officer. She's been grabbed by the neck, thrown face first into a beanbag, and is now being actively restrained by 3 officers while she yells and pleads that they are breaking her arm. In response, the officers and the caseworker seem to be gaslighting her, dismissingly telling her that her arm is fine and that no one is hurting her. This is particularly egregious, as she clearly appears to be in physical pain. What is even more troubling is that the officers seem to be attempting to hogtie Miss Peoples, an unnecessary and excessive use of force in this situation. Additionally, it is important to note that the caseworker, along with the Aurora police officers, were all white, while Miss Peoples is from a low-income black household. The actions of the caseworker and officers appear to be racially motivated, as if they believe they had the authority to control or tame Miss Peoples in her own home. This kind of behavior is deeply troubling and undermines the trust between the community and law enforcement. The Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution prohibits any state from denying any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. It states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Racially motivated actions by law enforcement that target individuals based on race violate this clause, further compounding the seriousness of this incident.
Calm down, okay? It's over with. Calm down. Don't bully the police around. Okay? So calm down. Calm down. Hey, listen. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Go outside. Go outside, please.
Are you gonna calm down and go to the car? Okay. Are you gonna fight with us anymore?
No.
Okay.
I'm not
If
going
you do,
to jail. I didn't even do nothing.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
We're gonna dance. Okay. We're gonna. You got it, Dan.
I'm not doing nothing.
You got that, Dan?
Relax. Hey, Mom, what's going on with Mom?
There, she's just yelling. What do you need?
Please. Yelling is not going to solve your problem. Are we code for it? Is there a status on everyone here?
No, I'm not going to jail.
Relax.
I didn't do anything. I was just trying to get to my mom.
You want to throw in a crisis?
Mommy! Help me!
Can you try to find his camera?
Mom!
Over here.
One of the we are.
There.
Get off of me!
Can we find out what's going on in there? I have no idea.
Mom! Mom!
Relax.
No!
You can't help yourself at all. But
It is important to note that the officers have now realized that their actions have caused Miss Peoples' shoulder to dislocate, as it popped out of the socket due to the way they restrained her. However, instead of acknowledging their responsibility, they falsely claim that Peoples must have done it while resisting. This is highly problematic, as they are refusing to take accountability for her injury and are attempting to manipulate the narrative by making these statements on their body camera footage, likely to use it as evidence later on. This behavior suggests an intent to alter the facts and effectively falsify official records, which is a felony under Colorado Revised Statutes, Section 18-8-114. Falsifying official records by deliberately misrepresenting the cause of Miss Peoples' injury is a serious offense that undermines the integrity of law enforcement. Furthermore, even after realizing the severity of the situation and the excruciating pain Miss Peoples was in, the officers proceed to hogtie her while she screams in agony, calling out for her mother. It is alarming that, even at this point, the officers have not considered that Miss Peoples urgently needs medical attention and have failed to call for assistance. Their actions not only demonstrate a blatant disregard for Miss Peoples' well-being, but also violate Colorado Revised Statutes Section 18-8-803, which prohibits public servants from knowingly subjecting any person to mistreatment or withholding necessary medical care. The officers' refusal to acknowledge the injury they caused, as well as their excessive use of force, raises serious concerns about racial bias as Miss Peoples, a black woman, is being treated with a level of cruelty and indifference that suggests discrimination.
We're wobbling her. Hold on. No, we got it. We got it.
I can't! They're taking it to jail! Get out of here! Get off of me! I can't breathe!
Well, in a second,
No,
if you stop yelling and relax, you will be able to breathe.
Don't take me to jail!
That's already
I'm trying to get to my mom!
Yeah.
Please get off of me!
You did something where officers couldn't,
No, I didn't!
Yeah.
I just walked up
Just
on
relax.
it! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Give us a second.
Okay.
All right.
I can't!
Now relax. All you gotta do is relax. Stop yelling.
Do you need any medical attention? Do you need any medical
Yeah, I don't know how hard that is.
Do you need any medical attention?
Yes!
What do you need medical attention for?
Let's just get her out.
No, we can do that.
Mom!
Hey, Harpo, give us some.
Y'all got it.
Hold on. Her leg, watch it. Slow down.
I got your shoulder.
No!
Who has a nice big back seat?
Let me go! I can't breathe!
Somebody get his car door open.
Mom! No, you don't! Let me go!
At this point, it is extremely disturbing to witness the officers ask Miss Peoples if she needs medical assistance, and when she responds affirmatively, they proceed to question her about the reason. Despite her clear indication of needing help, the officers dismiss her concerns and carelessly lift her by her dislocated arm and leg, going to place her in the back seat of a cruiser with complete disregard for her pain and injuries.
Go that side.
Help!
Relax. I got it.
Please let me go!
What's your name? I don't know.
I didn't do anything!
No idea.
Yeah, you don't listen.
No! Let me go!
What's your name, sweetie?
Please!
You need any medical attention?
Yes!
For what?
I can't breathe! I got asthma! You got this damn thing too tight on me! Let me go!
Let me go see if I can find my camera.
Somebody picked it up. I think Wilcox has it.
I just...
Peoples ultimately accepted a plea deal, allowing her to avoid jail time. As part of the agreement, she had to undergo regular visits from a social worker, complete a year of probation, pay a $200 fine, and enroll in parenting classes. She fulfilled all the requirements and was released from probation 2 months early. However, she still has a charge of reckless child endangerment on her record. What is particularly noteworthy about Peoples' case is that she eventually secured legal representation to sue Aurora Police Department for the injuries she sustained. The threatened lawsuit was settled out of court. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.